Hey, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 190th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week, we are asking a very interesting question, which is, would you ever become a rapper? Yes, yes, yes. You heard us correctly. Now, before we dive deep into the subject, a couple of things to go over. First, have you downloaded this episode on WokeNFree.com through the Podbean app? If not, please do, because A, that's how you show the greatest support. Y'all know how podcasting works. And then, of course, that's how you join the conversation. Only through the app are you able to submit comments. So make sure you do that so that you can chat with us. Maybe you happen to currently be a rapper. Maybe you are an aspiring rapper. Maybe you are absolutely opposed to the rap industry as a whole. We want to hear all of it, any of it, and all of it in between. So make sure you do that. Now, of course, if you happen to not be able to download another app on whatever device you're listening to podcasts on, then all that we ask is that you go to WokeNFree.com and click on the listen tab and click the platform of your choice that you're at least going to listen to the show at and subscribe and follow. So we get a lot of love on iTunes, on TuneIn, on Stitcher, Google Play, of course, our own YouTube channel, which is growing. We'd love to see more growth there. So definitely make sure you're subscribed there. Of course, we put out episodes on SoundCloud. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We're on Pandora. I mean, we're everywhere. So there's no excuse to not be able to catch our episodes every single week. Now, another really nifty thing you can do is if you subscribe to the show via email on our homepage at WokeNFree.com, that's how you'll get email notifications for every single WokeNFree Wednesday episode. And it's super easy for you to forward that out to your friends and family and encourage them to also subscribe via email. And then if you want to holler on social media, find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn at WokeNFree. And if you have like 90 seconds, we definitely would appreciate more reviews. I think 5-star reviews are pretty amazing. That's pretty much where we're at with that. So how about some more? Want to give us some more? You can do so by, again, picking the listen tab on WokeNFree.com and picking your platform as to where you want to review the show at. So with that, I'm going to kick it to you, hubby.
Microphone check 1, 2. What is this? WokeNFree is back to business. Let's get right into the episode.
Phenomenal. Question out of the gate. Would you ever become a rapper?
This is an easy one. And my answer is yes. Of course I would. I've actually written a few songs and you've heard some of them. Like you've heard some of the joke ones that I've done because I like to do the parody stuff.
Eminem style. Nice.
I mean, I can't compare myself to Eminem because that's a freestyler guy who goes, who can really just rap off the top of his head. So the thing is, if I became a rapper, I would not be a freestyle artist. I can't come up with like nice rhymes on the top of my head. I got to write it down and got to work it over and fix it up. And you could check out some of the stuff on WokeNFree, the story time actually. It's called Green Guys Hungry. And that was episode 115. And we actually both did that together. So you get a taste of both of our rapping.
Oh, yeah. That was a really interesting display of creativity.
Yeah. So you got to actually show your rapping talents.
Please don't.
And I did a different talent.
That was my entree into it. I don't know if it was the display of my talent per se.
Okay.
But yes, I will include the link to the episode, guys, so you can check that out and have a good laugh for the day. And of course, for me, I would say the answer also would be yes. And that might surprise you. But the reason I say yes is because I, too, have been writing poetry since I was 6 years old. Pretty much my life began when I was 6 prior to meeting you. And it was, I've always loved, as you know, I read my poems to you. You get a good tickle out of them as well. I like my poetry. It's very interesting and creative, sometimes a little bit dark, sometimes a little bit like abstract. And so if I could rap in a way like I think of like, but not obviously as good, like Lauryn Hill or like,
wow.
if
She's
it
a
could
good rapper.
be my poetry to music, then yes, the answer would 100% be yes. But if I have to like get out of like how I think and speak through poetry, then unfortunately I don't think that that's for this lifetime. But that's where I stand on that. So I don't know if it's possible to be, I mean, there are MCs that are like more poetic in nature, right? I mean, so that's where I think like Common, right? Isn't some of his stuff, couldn't they be interpreted as more poetic in nature?
Not really.
Oh.
I mean, I don't.
Okay.
He was kind of like a popular sort of underground style rapper.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, some of his stuff.
Or Mos Def.
I would think more like Talib Kweli.
Talib Kweli. Okay.
Like that's a great rapper, and he
more
definitely
poetic in nature.
Poetic.
Okay.
And still hitting good points and conscious as well.
So good things to look up to.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We should go through the pros and cons of being a rapper, shouldn't we?
100%.
Just to let the audience know
what's popping.
What can actually happen.
Absolutely. So when it comes to pros and cons, I think the following. For pros, I think that the coolest thing about being a rapper is being able to curate and share your own unique message, build a platform around your words, around your heart, around what you believe in and or what you're purporting to believe in the public. Also, the ability to change hearts and minds. I mean, some of my favorite artists are rappers, and they really help form how people think about society, how they think about other people, how they think about love, how they think about their mothers. Like, just incredible work there. Also, if rapping is something that you love to do, then that's a huge pro, because then you'd be able to do what you love in your career. And that, I mean, what's better than that? Of course, also being able to make money and create a lifestyle for yourself, again, based on a creative way that hopefully you enjoy. Also, absent COVID, you would be able to travel the world and then also build connections with those who are your fans of your music or message. And then what's that other fun term? What are people who are fans and they're like, they crave the artist? What are they called?
The fans that crave them?
Yeah, like what?
The obsessed, the one, the fans that get obsessed?
Yeah, what are they called again? I forget.
I don't know. They have a name?
You know the name. You're just trying not to say it.
No, I don't know. I actually
But what's another term for fan? Like, it's like the...
Groupie?
Yes, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, so that's crazy though. That's a different level, because a groupie is usually someone who wants to sleep with the artist.
So that's a pro, right? Yeah. Get it. Hey, you better work.
Yeah, groupies will do anything for the artist.
Hey,
that's the thing. They'll do anything just to mingle with them.
So I definitely think that goes on the pro column.
Possibly. It could be on the con as well, but
could be on the con. And then, of course, I would be remiss if I did not say you'd also have the opportunity to work with other artists, producers, and executives who would be able to elevate your platform and take it to the next level. So I think those are like a lot of really cool pros.
Wow.
When it comes to cons, I believe the following. So there's no guarantee in being able to be discovered, right? Unfortunately, our Green Guys Hungry episode did not go viral as of right now, but that might change in the near future. So who knows? Here's hoping. There's also no guarantee that you'll be able to earn the lifestyle you want and or keep the lifestyle you want, because some rappers do reach a level of fame, they make all that money, and then they buy those gold earrings, and then all of a sudden there's no more money, and there's no more groupies, and it's a little bit sad. So that's a sad con there. Also, you're going to potentially have some difficulty ensuring that the message you create is in alignment with what your production company wants, because I think we've heard that story over and over again, that artists sometimes get railroaded by their companies, their recording companies, because they're like, be this kind of artist, and then the artist is like, no, but I want to be this kind of artist. And so there's a lot of back and forth and tiff and tats of that. And then also it's a little bit difficult, right? When you do travel and you do share your message, like, that does take away from you being able to consistently have foothold in a place in the world. And so you have to deal with that. Like, do you want to travel 9 months of the year? Is that okay? And, what's wifey or girlfriend or children think about that? That's really interesting. Also, there's just other challenges that we all know of, that obviously I can't personally speak to with the entertainment industry, but there are rumors, right? That if you are an entertainer or, artist, that you might kind of dabble a little bit with drugs, alcohol, substance issues, things like that. So not everyone, I'm sure, is has to
peer pressure to do things, illegal things.
To have, have a little bit of Molly, a little bit of interestingness going on in the world. And then, of course, I would also think it's going to be more challenging, especially the more famous you get, to be able to identify who's real versus who's fake in your life, because it's easy. I mean, I would love to be Drake's friend.
Sure.
Like, that would be phenomenal. But, like, do I really want to be Drake's friend because
you don't know Drake personally.
Exactly. Or is it just I want to be friends with someone who's Drake, right? Like, and in my case, I actually would be really interested in getting to know the person. Like, I'd love to interview him. I don't know if we could be friends. I'd have to get to know him, right? But, like,
you have to know. Is that his real name? I don't know if that's
correct. Exactly. Like,
Yeah, I don't know even if that's his real name.
Correct. Exactly. So that would be helpful, right? if forming a friendship to maybe even know your real name, that could be cool. It becomes challenging. And then I think the biggest con, which is just a con that we all face in any career path or venture, which is the unknown, the unexpected. You don't know what you don't know. And so there's certain industries that can have harsher impact on people depending upon your personality type, depending upon your mental health issues that you're dealing with, depending upon your value systems, where you come from in the world. So you just don't know what is going to come your way. But I still think the pros outweigh the cons, but the cons are very serious, though, I would say. Yeah. It's high level seriousness.
Some interesting stuff there. Mm-hmm. Definitely. And a lot of the pros that you went over were very similar to my pros. I think the cons that I thought of are a little different, but I'll just go through them again. And you said some of these, but you could get a new revenue stream by becoming a rapper. Yep. You know, that's always a nice thing. Mm-hmm. That I put the fans as a pro because it's cool to have fans.
Yeah, you were thinking about that groupie, what that groupie looked like.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if they can bring you like burgers and stuff. Because groupies do that too. Sometimes they'll give you gifts and things.
Yes, and it's interesting what they can
wear give you money too. Sometimes they throw money. Like, it's weird.
And it's interesting where they hide that money too.
No, they don't do that. The fans don't do that. That's why I put fans. I didn't put groupies.
Yeah, but that's what you were thinking.
I don't know. All I know is that another pro is the acclaim. Because you get, I think that's nice that people will
the
say,
accreditations. Yeah. Winning all those awards and stuff. Yeah, that's amazing.
Or just making, the Grammys, top 100 of the Billboard list. So different things like that. I think that's that's nice for artists to get their work appreciated.
Absolutely.
And then when you become a rapper, you also get promotional items and stuff from companies.
Great point. Oh yeah, all that free stuff.
They'll just send stuff to you. So I think this is kind of cool.
And that begs the opportunity to also do deals, right? Because they can.
I thought of that too. Yeah, you can promote other things and get really advertisement and be seen in commercials, stuff like that. Yeah, that's included in that.
Yes, I'm dying to do a car commercial, guys. Let's do this, man.
I know you are.
I'm so in it.
But unfortunately, there are cons, like you were stating, and I thought of not all your songs will be liked, and when that happens, you're like. That can make you feel pretty bad because you may have put a lot of energy into it and thought it was a great song, and nobody even likes that. Yeah, they like some other thing. They might like something else that you didn't really take seriously.
That's sad.
So that happens to a lot of artists, and they kind of are upset about that. How come the work that I worked truly hard on wasn't appreciated?
But they like the silly or the more kind of trivial content.
Yeah, so that happens. The fans I put as a con as well, because now if you go places, sometimes you're gonna have to sign autographs.
Life is totally.
Or you shut down a place and places don't want to let you in because, you cause a whole ruckus. Or,
absolutely.
You got to announce that you're going to certain venues.
Which then begs a security issue then too.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. But that's actually a con on its own, is that you may need security now just to protect you. Like and personal security.
That's an actual expense, guys,
And then there's actual time and practice that goes into this to improving your skills. So.
I love that you listed that as a con.
Yeah, because the thing is, people probably... Well, if you remember, it's like when we watched I don't remember the name of the show, but the Diddy show where he was making the band or something.
Yes.
Something like that. But
I enjoyed that
this was a con for them. They didn't want to practice. They just wanted to be famous and just release music and just perform. Know,
but is it really a lot of people don't want to do that. Or is that just maybe how people could view it as a con? Because
people do view it as a con. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, they don't want to do all that.
Want to practice your art. If it's something you love.
They don't want to practice. They just want to make the art, and they just want to just leave it as it is.
An Olympic runner being like, I don't want to run today. I just want to win the Olympics. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah, that's true. You have to put the work in if you want to be good at it. And then another thing is if you perform and forget your lyrics, I think that could be really embarrassing. And it's happened to big artists. I won't name any names, but many artists have run into this.
Shade throwing.
Yeah, I'm not going to name names because it's a messed up thing that happens.
We're all human, right? No one's infallible. Yeah. So.
And how do you and you forget, your memory is not perfect.
Correct.
Especially human memory. No bueno. So
no bueno indeed.
I understand that you can definitely forget your lyrics. So it's something to think about. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You are now listening to WokeNFree.
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 A podcast about being real and honest.
Are there other things to consider before becoming a rapper?
So glad that you asked. So according to Forbes, and again, you'll be able to find all of our links on WokeNFree.com for the episode. So they list 4 things that you should actually think about considering before becoming a rapper. One being balance your expectation with reality. So some artists' careers appear to ascend quicker than others, but even in the cases of an overnight success, that being in hardcore quotes, guys, there's likely a heavily resourced team behind the scenes making sure that the gears are turning and creating opportunities. Odds are you'll have to take the long tail approach, but don't get discouraged if things aren't taking off as quickly or smoothly as you had hoped. If having a career in the music industry is really your passion, be open to opportunities and 9-to-5s that aren't what you had originally set out to do, but keep you in the industry until you're able to make the shift to your passion. And I really like that advice about the 9-to-5 bit, because a lot of people are mistakenly thinking that entrepreneurship only looks or appears one way. And a lot of times you have to have multiple jobs, multiple sources of incomes. And it's not a bad thing, because guess what? Most millionaires have anywhere between 7 and 20 sources of income. So it's a part of the hustle. It's a part of the journey. Does it make it harder? Absolutely. It's really hard to work a 9-to-5 and then go and perform from like 9 p.m. to midnight and then wake back up to go to your job. But that's a part of the hustle and it's a part of the journey. So be open to it. Next, Forbes speaks to understand the importance of proof of concept. So they say, if you believe that you and your music deserve the best opportunities, prove it. The only way you'll be able to convince others to reward you with the looks you want is to explain with evidence that you're worthy of the opportunity. Providing concert promoters with a list of local venues that you have been able to sell tickets to your show at a $10 plus ticket price will incentivize them to take a chance on you. Delivering a quality press deck and detailed record of analytics about your latest songs to an influencer will help you open the door for collaboration. So essentially put your money where your mouth is. And it's not just about performing, but it's also about looking at metrics, right? And it's also about looking at what your saleability is, because cool, you could be the most amazing artist, but if no one is willing to pay money for you, then why should a record company want to, or other people, other businesses who would invest in you? So that's another thing to think about. Next, they go on to say, bet on yourself, then build a team. Self-motivation, perseverance, and discipline are 3 of the most important traits you need before anybody else can invest their time, energy, and resources into your vision. Rap's latest success story, Russ, released 11 albums and dozens of songs on SoundCloud before he garnered a fan base to capitalize on. In a Forbes interview, he admitted that during his years spent before partnering up with Columbia Records, the bulk of his success came from his unremovable stain of self-confidence. Additionally, being an independent artist doesn't mean going about your career in solitude, sequestered in a dark studio with a laptop. Yes, you may have to pioneer the first few projects by yourself, but the eventual goal should be to work with others who can fill in your weak spots. Okay. Love that advice, because again, the power of building a venture or building a platform for yourself usually does involve branching out and working with others, or being open at least to different opportunities. So that's super cool. And then the last piece is educate yourself. Even if your favorite rapper may have not gone to college, there's a high likelihood that someone on his or her team did. Enrolling yourself.
That's true, yeah.
In an institution of higher education may not be necessary or attainable financially, but before pursuing a career in the music industry, educating yourself will ensure the chances of building a sustainable career. There are enough resources available in today's market to create your own courses of Music Business 101, and then also the article lists like several different resources. You can check it out. So make sure you definitely check out the links on WokeNFree.com.
Okay, wow.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. I just got 3. And the first one is get some feedback from others. So just hear people out because you might think you're the best rapper alive, but you don't even rank. So don't just judge yourself and think you're great. It's important.
You were like, you think you're cool, don't play yourself. Like
even before trying to perform in big crowds, just ask like one person, like give them a demo or something. But
I would say you just need to be mindful about who you ask, right? Because if you speak to only people who are super negative or super willing to tell you everything you can't do, you could also discourage people. Yeah. So I would say try to do a smattering of like people you know and you trust their feedback. Also, strangers, I do agree with you, like, because a stranger has nothing invested in the process.
Yeah, they can hear it and just say, all right.
Yay or nay, right? And so I do agree, but just diversify how you get that constructive feedback.
And number 2 is decide if this is your career and you are going to go all in. So are you going to really do everything that it takes to be successful? Is this going to actually be what you do and how you earn your money, or is it just something you do for fun? Like that's what you gotta
hobby
realize.
Versus career. Gotcha.
Yeah. And number 3 is you should actually be ready to perform at any time, any place. So if an opportunity comes up, you can perform, and you know there might be somebody there that makes that next big connection that you need. So you have to be able to perform anywhere. It's like no matter what, you got to have something that you can do.
A piece you ready to go.
Yeah, even if you don't have a whole set to put on, just at least one song that you can say, you know what, I can do this anywhere and anytime. I'm ready to go. You should even have it on you should have your song with the instrumental on your phone so you can play that and the full song on your phone. You got to have it all ready. So
you can do the dog ready to go. Yes.
So you can do like, even if it was like karaoke event, you could say, hey guys, I'm going to go up here and do this. And you said, this is a new one that you guys might not know yet, but you're going to hear it and it's going to be good.
Low key, just self-promotion.
See, that's an example of any place. So
when you're ready, then I'm assuming that's going to be the advice you take for yourself.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, you got to take that to be able to perform anywhere.
Wonderful. I love that. Yes.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? It's scenario time, guys. Scenario 1. Jamal was an accountant for the past 15 years, but got sick of his monotonous career. He decided to put together some rap songs after purchasing beats online. Should Jamal release his album to the world, or should he just wait until he gets better after making more songs?
That's such a great question, because it really speaks to the idea of, is there a perfect time to be ready for what you want in this world? And the answer is no, hardcore no. You have to just you have to just literally do it scared, do it ugly, do it unpolished, do it raw, like all of that stuff. And in this scenario, if he's willing to start going down what he really wants to do in his next part of his life, he should absolutely release the songs. Are they going to be the best songs he's ever produced? Most likely not, but he's going to get his word out there and his messaging out there, and he can build and learn from it. And so there's never a perfect time to release your magic. Just start releasing your magic, and your magic will get better, right? Look at several artists we love now. They were, I don't want to say horrible back in the day, but you know, there was growth, right? We all have to grow and evolve. And you know, even if you look back 10 years and you're like, oh, that was trash. Like that was the trash that got you where you are today. So you better be grateful for that and not stop calling it trash, and appreciate the growth and the journey.
Yeah, I agree. You should definitely just go ahead and release the music. I don't know if you wait, it may never happen. You may never find that point where it's like, oh, all right, now everything's up to snuff. I'm the best rapper alive. Now I'm going to release everything and everything's going to go swell. And you know, you're like 92 now, and it's going to be hard performing those concerts, you know.
Get it. You're
going to have your cane, you're going to swing it around.
Don't assume that in mobility issues at 90s.
But if you're the best rapper alive, you are, because you've been using those vocal cords. It's taking a lot of energy out of you, so now you need the cane just to move.
All right. Sure.
It might, I don't know.
Part of the act, sure. Yes.
It could be, I guess, of the 92-year-old rapper. That's actually good, because we've heard 90-year-olds rap, but we haven't heard good ones.
I can't speak on that one.
You can't speak on it, but I mean, you can. Someone show me that. Someone send the video. Let's take a look at the footage.
Share the footage, guys.
Yeah, let's see footage of a 90-year-old rapping, and it being good though. That's the key thing. Good.
I'm excited, guys. Let's do it.
Scenario 2. Renee wants to surprise Jan with a rap song she wrote, just to capture a reaction and post it on social media. She's trying to decide if she should do it in front of Jan's conservative family, who only approves of country music, or do it when they are around other friends. Which is the best choice?
You are so trifling here, too, for this scenario. You are so trifling, Khalil.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
You know people,
why?
Oh, really?
Yeah, being conservative and only liking country, like, really? You had to, like...
What, do they go hand in hand? They seem opposite to me.
No.
I know they seem like complete opposites to me.
But you're just being funny right now, so that's fine. So
I'll
give you a funny answer.
Oh, no, you will. You need to give me what should really go down in this case.
Okay, what should really go down in this case depends on the type of social media kind of response she's looking to have. So if you want to have like shock and like people who are completely like abhorred with what's happening, then she should do it in front of her friend's family. And because you're going to capture all of their faces and them being like disgusted and dismayed with the situation. So if that's what she's going for from a social media perspective, then that narrative, then that you go that route. But if you actually are going to try to capture people and their potential likeness of the song, then she should do it with her friends, because it's most likely more of a mixed audience, and she's going to get more of a reaction that would be reflective of what the world would think of it, as opposed to like going, it's kind of like, you know, do you bring a stripper home to meet your, you know, like highly conservative religious family? Like, no, like that. But if you're trying to capture something on social media, like, absolutely. Yeah, see, because that might be a really interesting viral moment. So depends. If she wants more viral content, then probably the family.
Yeah, see, I agree with that. This is to be posted on social media, and the fact that you wrote this rap song, I don't know, I get a feeling that you've never did this before, and you're just trying to get people to act strange when they hear you doing it, because it's probably going to be terrible. So definitely do it in front of the family, because then the family might say rap is crap, and that'll be funny. That's what people, there's a lot of people that believe that. They don't think rap is real music.
Yeah, well,
that's why you should do it in front of them.
Misinformed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their different tastes. You shouldn't just say it's bad just because you don't like it. Yeah,
you could just say it's not my cup of tea, but, you know, God bless.
But if you're a conservative family, you're probably saying what I just said about rap.
I think we don't want to put anyone in boxes.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think we want
All right, so a liberal family might say that instead.
I think that anyone who's not a fan would say that, and we don't want to put any labels to what that person may or may
It's possible,
not be.
yeah. I mean, I could be off the mark. We don't know. Scenario 3. Agnes is a pop singer that sometimes breaks out into rapping at the end of her songs. Her fans tell her on social media to stop rapping during her song because it ruins an otherwise good song. Should Agnes listen to her fans or continue to make music how she pleases?
Oh, that's such an interesting question, because this is kind of a debate between the heart of the artist versus the wants of your fans. And so if you upset your fans to the point where they stop being your fan, then you're doing an actual injustice to your platform. However, life is really short to live for the guidelines of others. So I personally would recommend that she consider to keep doing the rap songs, but maybe develop her art, her craft as a rapper. If she's really interested in rapping at the ends of her songs, maybe the fans would like it more if she sounded better, or it was melodically more in line with whatever the song is, right? Because if you're doing like a Britney Spears song and then you start ending it with like a DMX thing, that's a different vibe. It's a different audience. It's a different thing. But if it's like Britney Spears and then Iggy Azalea, that's more in line, right, with kind of the pop-ish feel. So it's like people would be less inclined to be mad. But if she's going from like a, you know, pop, 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 and then it's like something super like offbeat and off-brand, then I could understand why the fans are mad. But she has to live for herself. So I would say just work on her craft as a rapper, and then add to the songs.
All right, that's good advice to do. Yeah, just get better at it. Maybe they'll appreciate it then. Mm-hmm. So I thought of a win-win scenario, though, actually, for this, and that would be that. So the best option is for her to release like a mix. So her original album will have just her pop normal songs. Singing and pop, and it's fine. And then she'll release like a mixed version that has the rapping at the end. So it's like fans can choose. If you want the rapping, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Either way, it's a mixed thing. And she she can record the song as one because she's only rapping out the end, like not in the middle.
True.
And then just have two versions of it. So I think that's the best way to go. And then you make twice the amount of
money in theory. So that's fantastic, actually.
I think that's a win-win scenario. Yeah. So fans could be like, all right, I'm not only listening to your pop stuff and your other thing you can do on your own.
I think the only issue is at concerts, though, she'd have to,
deciding to perform it? Yeah, that's where you
that's where you get a little bit dicey.
Yeah, so that's where it's a little bit tough.
But I love the production advice there, though. Yeah,
at least there's something, though. You're doing, you're thinking of your fans, because I don't think you should just...
You can't totally
dismiss them, because the fans are a form of feedback as well. They tell you, what you can do or what you can improve, what they like. They're trying to guide you
but it's
on
hard
your journey.
Because you can't live for someone else. And
you can't.
Even your fans, you gotta still stand up for what you want.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Well, with that, we are at that time again. It is coming to the end of our 190th episode of
WokeNFree.
Nice, Yoda. The force is strong with you.
Just a taste.
This was quite the episode discussing, would you ever become a rapper? Will we leave you hanging for what our next episode will be about? Drum roll, please.
On our next episode, we will be doing another WokeNFree story time called 21 Questions About Media. Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along the conversation, and make sure you tune in next week for WokeNFree Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
If you'd like to be a guest on the show, as you know, we are having our first child, our baby boy. So excited. So what's that mean for y'all? It means that we are not adding guests to the show. Earliest would be fall, right? At this point. But we continue to urge you to still submit on the Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That is WokenFree.com. And then also on social media, if you want to hit us up, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn at WokenFree. Don't hit us up about being a guest there. You know where to go. Contact Us page at WokenFree.com. But if you're interested in connecting with us, chatting with us, that's where you'll find us on social media. Now for sponsorships or collaborations, where do you go? I said it already, but I'll say it again. Contact Us page at WokenFree.com.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do. Share the episode. And make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for WokenFree Wednesdays. Remember, WokenFree is more than a podcast. It is a way of life. Until next time.
Woo, woo. Get it.